Welcome to Photo Finds. Now, I'm on vacation this week, so we're not going to have time to look around the parks and see what's new. So let's look around the parks and see what's old. In fact, what I'd like to do is take you back to about 10 years ago to the Disney-MGM Studios and just kind of look around at what the former Disney-MGM Studios used to look like, of course now being called Disney's Hollywood Studios. After we get past all of the signage that we see kind of lying around everywhere, we'll start seeing some real substantive differences. Like they used to have these guard booths, which once guarded the back half of the park where the tram tour would go, and you couldn't go back there by foot. There's two of them, and they weren't removed really until much more recently than perhaps you're wondering. They put the new signage on it instead. Now this shot goes all the way back to 2001. This is, of course, the Sorcerer Mickey hat going up. And it says that it's going to pull some magic out of our hats, covering up the great movie ride, and immediately became part of the 100 Years of Magic celebration that was company-wide, really. Disney Junior in those days was known as the Playhouse Disney Live on Stage show, and it had Bear in the Big Blue House and Roly Poly Oly and when My Friend Tigger and Pooh and some things I don't even remember now at this point. Of course, you can still see some remnants of this entire apparatus in the background, including the moon, which was part of the Bear show, which is now used for the Toodles figure. So by 2004, the Haunted Mansion movie gives rise to making of Haunted Mansion movie advertisements and a little exhibit you could walk through. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? There was a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Play It in this zone that would later become home to Toy Story and Midway Mania. And in fact, there are Fast Pass machines, as you can see here, for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And to the left of that, at the end of the building, was the Meet Mickey Mouse location. It was a sound stage for Meeting Mickey Mouse, also still in 2004. Now this shot nothing changed much here until quite recently when the figures and the billboard came down from the top of Toy Story Pizza Planet. But there were these figures up at the top there that gave it a little bit more of a cartoon appearance. American Idol experience was back in those days still the ABC TV theater. Now the Disney Animation Building hasn't changed too much. This area that you see here on the left side is now used by Sorcerer Mickey, and there's a backdrop built there. So that part has changed. And they still do character meet and greets over on the side here, although they tend to build a little bit more elaborate of a stage these days for the backdrop for the character meet and greets. One thing that hasn't changed about Disney Animation is that they've always had sort of coming attractions, and they've highlighted the things that were currently in theaters and about to come to theaters. And so what we now know of as Tangled was at that time known as Rapunzel Unbraided, until Princess and the Frog had a problem getting enough of an audience, and they wanted to branch out to include boys as well as girls. And so they started to have names like Brave and Tangled instead of the names of the princesses. JoJo's Circus, that was another one from Playhouse Disney, was also a meet and greet location out in the area now near the Jack Sparrow attraction. This sky, which really covers up that Playhouse Disney building, was once themed in 2004 to Chicken Little, and in fact you had this piece of the sky missing here, which gave it a nice theme that matched what you saw in the movie. It was the year of the happiest celebration on Earth in 2005, and so you can see all of the banners going down Sunset Boulevard announcing it. They still use the banners in this site. And this, what was once called the Dip site, has now been rethemed, but it still always sold beer and small snacks outside of the Indiana Jones area. A Narnia backdrop next to One Man's Dream. And then 2007, the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire former stage show now been removed, and they're clearing the space for other things. It'll become Pixar Place. So it was a brief look around, and I apologize for not getting to the new stuff that's out there. I'll be back from vacation by the next time, so we thank you for dropping in and hope you enjoy the nostalgia looking back. We'll catch you next time.